Howdy. How we doing? Does everything seem to be stable and stuff like that? I'm currently not at my my most current setup, so hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. This mic is awesome. Does it sound like shit? Shouldn't be on the laptop mic. Hooray, issues. Dude, I love having issues. My favorite part of streaming. OBS says I'm using the regular mic though, so I have no idea fucking how it's possible. Unless it's just a room. Nope. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because I have the compressor on. Maybe that has something to do with it. I've been out. Does that sound a little bit better? It could just be the room, I guess. Yeah, I don't really, because I mean, like, you guys know that my room is like, you know, it's like extremely soundproof and stuff like that. Does it sound like it's like echoing like really, really bad and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. I sure did. Don't understand how. Yep, mic quality should be fine. I don't know why it says I'm using my default mic. I shouldn't be any problems, but you know, you guys know how it goes when we stream. There's always something going on, huh? The quality ain't the same. Is it like? Does it sound like I'm on like a potato? Because if it sounds like I'm on a potato, then. It's passable. I don't like passable. I'm gonna go figure out what the problem is. I love tech issues, man. I'll see you guys back in like 15 minutes, I guess. I want to figure out what the problem is, because it seems like to me whenever I go live, there's always some kind of fucking issue. Does the game audio sound alright at least? Game's fine? Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the mic quality. I legitimately have no idea. How's it actually sound? Also, does the game quality look alright and stuff like that? It should be fine. Game quality should be fine. Audio quality might just be simply going into like the computer and, you know, doing like some setting changes and stuff. Honestly, dude, I would honestly say it probably is the room, because this place isn't like particularly like soundproof. But I mean, like, as long as like the game's not choppy and stuff like that. Although I don't know why we're at 25. I have no idea why we're at 2700 frames or 2700. The thing said it could register up to. I don't care, dude. You know what? Whatever. I know not everyone likes Dragon Ball. I know most of you guys would rather watch me play Persona, Fire Emblem, or Pokemon, but I don't know, I'm really not particularly in the mood to play that today, so I'm kind of just playing this for myself. You guys are probably not going to know like half the stuff that's going on. Only one who would probably know like what's going on is probably Alice, maybe Dan, and then I don't think anyone else would really understand anything. But I know Alice. I know Dragon Ball. This is one of my favorite Dragon Ball games of all time. To me, in my opinion, this is probably one of the better games for the Game Boy Advance. See if I can figure out something. I probably should be reading out this dialogue, huh? So I went downstairs. I'm going back and forth to my buddy right now. Yeah, tech support has arrived. How do I sound? Do I sound like a complete ass? I'm gonna go down and see if I can hear it at the same exact time.
Oh yeah, I can. Hello. Tech support has arrived.
Come on, man. So I went into my mic settings too, and I turned off the compressor and stuff. Yeah, that's it. I kept it at default.
Just you or me. See how that sounds? That sounds worse than you turn it off, but you're very loud. It sounds like you're in a, you are in an echo.
Yeah, that is very, very true, because my room back in the house has a lot more space in it. Wow, space is it. I will. Anyways, yeah. For those of you guys that do not know what's going on, if you guys are any of you guys familiarized with Dragon Ball at all? Besides Alice. So basically right now, this is future Trunks' timeline. This is 20 years into the future, but in the present time, this takes place right after Goku defeats Frieza on planet Namek, and Goku is coming back to Earth from being in space for a year and a half. I can explain it as we go. This is just the prologue. This is the future Trunks timeline. They'll explain it as the story goes on. This game is really easy to get into. if you've seen all of Dragon Ball Z. And honestly, what's really cool about this game too is that they take the actual dub from the show, like from like the Funimation dub, and pretty much all the text that you see on screen actually does come from the anime and the Funimation dub. And the Funimation dub is definitely the best. It seems like it's an echo from the room. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Oh well, you know, I'll have to do what I can with what I got. So now, Gohan is unfortunately going to get killed. This is honestly, if you guys have ever seen the anime for this scene, it is really, it's like fucked up, but the cinematics, the voice lines, and the music is so good for it. And this really just goes to show you how fucked up Trunks' timeline actually is. The Dragon Balls are gone. For whatever reason, Toriyama was like, I don't feel like bringing in Planet Namek, I don't feel like bringing in all the other sources that Trunks could use to actually help him. Trunks is fucked, he literally has nothing, it's just him. Gohan is dead, Goku died from the heart virus, Piccolo's gone, no Dragon Balls, Vegeta's dead. All the humans are dead. So Trunks is literally on his own, and literally now Gohan is dead. Now right here, he's just like, I'm done. And then it triggers his Super Saiyan transformation. So this is the part when I was mentioning earlier with the present story. This right now where we are a year and a half after Goku defeats Frieza on planet Namek. So I'll basically just give you guys a real quick recap in Dragon Ball, right? Dragon Ball Z starts, Goku's son Gohan is born. I'm pretty sure all you guys know who Goku is from Dragon Ball Z. It's not that difficult for me to explain. He's probably like, he's the biggest anime figure on the entire planet. So Goku fights King Piccolo in the Dragon Ball saga. I'm not gonna get in the Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball is like not relevant. I mean, like it is and like it's not, but there's no real like, there's no like ties back to original Dragon Ball in this besides Piccolo. So basically, Goku and Piccolo fight in I think it's the 23rd or 24th Budokai Tenkaichi. They fight each other. Goku gets married. Goku has a kid. Goku's brother shows up to Earth 5 years later. Then we start the Saiyan Saga. Goku fights Nappa and Vegeta. After Vegeta comes to Earth, Goku and him fight, yada yada yada. They go to planet Namek. Goku meets Frieza. After Frieza isn't supposedly defeated. This is a year and a half after Goku goes to Namek and fights against Frieza. Is basically where we are at the start of Dragon Ball, at the start of this game. So this basically goes end of Namek Saga to when Goku comes back on Earth to the end of the Cell Saga when Gohan defeats him. My son, Gohan, the president of Earth. Aw, Mom, but I want to train to become a martial artist, just like my dad. No son of mine is going to grow up and become a musclehead. You'll thank me for this someday, Chi-Chi. You're so overprotective of him. Now, where's your math book? Are you going to go study without your math book? I fucking hated math when I was a kid. And guys, we are about to go through the most difficult mission in the game, getting the math book so Gohan can study. I don't know about you guys, but I was god-awful at math when I was in school. I think I failed. I failed Algebra 1, like, twice. And then I passed it, and then I failed Geometry once, and then I passed it. So Geometry was literally, like, the highest math that I ever got to in school. Other than that, dude, like, I struggled madly. And Gohan's pretty much about to go like sit back in his desk. He's bored. He's passed out. Now, what's really weird now is that the back window's open. Yeah, dude. Are you talking about Mr. Shu? Yeah, dude, Mr. Shu's a piece of shit. Chi-Chi came in and like gave him the fucking turtle skull kick to the face, dude. It was so satisfying. Fucking Mr. Shu, dude. I love it. Mr. fucking Shu. Yeah, you can sprint in this game. If you guys have ever played Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 1, that game is an incredible dumpster fire. And, like, I'm not even kidding, like, when I mean that game's a dumpster fire. Like, that thing literally looks like it was made in, like, RPG Maker, and the engine is, like, something you'd find on, like, Newgrounds in, like, 2006. Like, Legacy of Goku is so fucking bad. Like, Legacy of Goku 1. And, yeah, Piccolo is pretty much Gohan's dad. Goku is a dad. I mean, like, people will discredit Goku, but I mean, it's like, look at the stakes that Goku has been up against ever since he was a kid. Look at how he had to go and defeat Frieza. Look at how when the Saiyans came to Earth, like, it's not Goku's fault none of this stuff happened. Goku never really had the chance to be a father in, like, the very beginning of Dragon Ball. The only time Goku, you know, could really ever be a dad was obviously during, like, I mean, obviously, like, you know, like, in the beginning of Dragon Ball, but then, like, you know, there's that gap, like, you know, when Gohan has to go into combat, and then you have 3 years of the Android saga, like, you know, 3 years training for the androids to show up. I'm sure Goku and Gohan, like, you know, had a really, really good parental bond there. But when we really see it is when Goku and Gohan are in the hyperbolic time chamber pre the fight against Cell. That's when we have a shit ton of, you know, just like Goku being a father. Was when, like, you know, he's teaching Gohan how to train. You can really, really see it. Goku is a good dad. People just underestimate it. I mean, also, like, at the same time, Goku's also an alien. You know, and it's like Saiyans as fathers just aren't really the best dads anyway. So, I mean, like, if anything, like, you know, the meme of, like, you know, Goku being, like, a bad dad, it's literally the way, like, how all Saiyans are. I mean, look at Vegeta. Vegeta never hugged Trunks until he was 8 years old. I mean, like, is Vegeta a great fucking dad? Maybe to Bulla, now that we're in, like, the upper echelons of Dragon Ball Super, but I mean, like, before that, no. Vegeta's going to be a really, really good dad for Bulla. I mean, like, as we see, I mean, if we do want to count in GT, it's non-canon. But, I mean, you know, we can look at how Goku, I mean, how Vegeta's treating Bulla right now, where we are in the anime. Exactly, yeah. It really is not surprising. It's like, you know, people will say, like, you know, Goku's a bad dad, but I mean, it's like, he's a Saiyan. What were you really, really expecting? I mean, like, Saiyan dads are naturally distant. They're always built on combat. Look at how, I mean, like, if you've ever seen Bardock, the father of Goku, no, it's not canon, you know, but, you know, we have the new Bardock in Guinea. But I like to always think, you know, that Bardock may have been, like, a combination of the movie Bardock back in the 90s and the modern one, which we have of the, which we saw him in Dragon Ball Minus and in the beginning of Super Broly. But, I mean, like, you know, Bardock is, in the movie back in the 90s, is very kind of like, oh, my son is born, okay, yeah, you know what, whatever. Let's just go to this planet and go fuck these guys up. I mean, even King Vegeta, and the way, like, how he raised Vegeta. You know what I mean? It's just... Saiyans are just, you know, that I feel like, you know, like, in like, a lot of ways are kind of like, lions. It's like, you know, like, we'll go and, like, let their cubs do, like, whatever they want from that aspect. I don't know if that's a really good comparison, but... It's like Saiyan dads are aliens, you know, they're not like, you know, we're so busy connecting Saiyan dads and, you know, dads that we know, like, IRL in our world, and it's like, that's not how Saiyan dads work. That's just simply not how Toriyama wrote them. Toriyama wrote them to be combat heavy, like, you know, combat heavy driven. And if their kids weren't strong, well, then they didn't really give a shit. I mean, look at how King Vegeta gushes over his son. Because he was strong. He was born with a power level of 500, which was, like, considered as, like, a high power level across the Saiyan species as a whole. Unless we take a look at Broly, but Broly is a mutant case, so. But, I mean, Goku as a kid, his power level was born with, like, 5. So, anyways. Gohan right now is, I don't know if you guys can tell, but Gohan's dreaming. This actually is, this is actually a figment of Gohan's imagination of Frieza, because Frieza scared the living ever hell out of Gohan, and Gohan's wondering, like, where's my dad? Like, you know, why doesn't he want to come back to Earth? So Gohan is pretty much having a nightmare of Frieza right now, and this is actually a filler episode in the anime. And the music is phenomenal. Now, who could possibly be calling? I wonder who. Hey, Gohan, you feeling what's going on? Yeah, Krillin, but who is it? It can't be you know who, can it? I'm afraid so, bro. I can smell him. I'll never forget that stench. Trying to do my best Krillin voice. I just can't figure it out. I thought for sure my dad finished Frieza once and for all. So did I, but it looks like we were wrong this time. The rest of us are meeting up to make a plan. We probably won't be able to defeat Frieza, but we at least have to try. I'll meet up with you, but first I need to get my Saiyan battle armor. I hid it in a cave so my mom won't find it. That's probably a good idea. We need any advantage we can get. Journal updated. Also, guys, this music, fun fact, every day, like almost every day when I go for my walks at the park, I always listen to this track. This is probably in my top 10 favorite video games of all time. I love this game a lot. I know it's very, very unpopular, but I mean, I think that this is honestly one of the better Dragon Ball games ever created. I think that this game blows Kakarot out of the water. I don't get me wrong, I like Kakarot. But in comparison to the greatness of Legacy of Goku 2 and Boost Fury, Kakarot doesn't really stack up to these games, honestly. I think that these games, have more of like an impact on the story because it actually has music from the Funimation dub of Dragon Ball Z. So this is a very unique case from the sense of we don't have to worry about the Japanese music. I mean, like, as good as the Japanese music was, the Funimation dub's music and like the Funimation voice acting are what made me like Dragon Ball Z. Because like the Japanese version of it, I mean, respect to Masako Nozawa, but they're just nothing beats Sean Shammel's Goku, nothing beats Chris Sabat's Vegeta. I mean, that's just how it is. I think that like the American dub of Dragon Ball Z is better than the Japanese in every way possible. And like I said, that's not to disrespect the OG cast, but there's just something about the American cast that just make this puts the icing on the cake. And yeah, these are remnants from the Red Ribbon Army that Goku had destroyed a long time ago. Nice little fruit. Fuck yeah. And the stats in this game are actually randomized. So you can either get like a +1, a +2, and from what I know, I mean, like, I think that there can be times where you get like a zeros in level ups. Yeah, dude, Chris Sabat definitely is the GOAT. He's incredibly fucking awesome. Justin, I don't know if you played this game growing up, man. Did you? I mean, I know you know for a fact what Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2 is. I mean, like, you're older than me, for crying out loud, man. So, like, I know that you played these games as a kid, for sure. Like, I played this game so many times, like, growing up and shit like that. I actually even play this game sometimes, like, a couple times a year just because of how much nostalgia I get from playing it. It's like, I don't really care, like, how many people, like, don't particularly like Dragon Ball in our little group here, but I mean, I love it. It's one of my favorite games to play. Viewership might not be as high, but I mean, you know what? I enjoy it. Sometimes I really don't care about that. Sometimes I just feel like kicking back and playing my favorite game, without having the expectations of anything. Oh yeah, dude, yeah. Legacy of Goku 2 is such a great game. Honestly, some people even argue that it's probably one of the best games on the GBA in general. I mean, of course, like, we have, like, Pokemon Emerald, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. Like, I will always give respect to Pokemon in that aspect. But, I mean, it's just the fact of when you have so many great gems on the Game Boy Advance, but then it's like, you have, Dragon Ball Z, Legacy of Goku 2, and Boost Fury, and with the way, like, how they stack up, like, all the exploration, everything that you can do in these games, everything that the game, like, has to offer, and, like, it's also, like, a really, really good, like, representation of, like, how the story works and stuff like that of Dragon Ball. Nice, level 4. Golden Sun, yeah. Legacy of Goku 1, I mean, like, it's alright. The issue with it is that Webfoot the creators of the game didn't really get a large budget, for Legacy of Goku 1, because they really weren't sure, like, how popular it would be. But little do we know, in Legacy of Goku's case, despite how terrible the games were, they actually sold incredibly well. So the reason why we see Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2 and Boost Fury have such better quality in them and, like, pretty much like a 360 performance is because Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 1 sold incredibly well, so Legacy of Goku 2 got a bigger budget. And this is what happens when we get a game with a bigger budget. We have stuff like this, which Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2 and Boost Fury are, of course, like 10,000 times better than Legacy of Goku 1. Because Legacy of Goku 1 was a complete and utter fucking trash fire when it came out. I will have to show you guys Legacy of Goku 1. It is insane. And oh yeah, dude, this is such a nostalgic game for me growing up, man. Legacy of Goku 2 slaps in every way. And it's like right here. This is such an accurate piece of how the anime actually happens. Like, this is the scene right here where, like, Frieza is, like, about to show up. And it's like, you're in the perspective of Gohan. You get to go up to every one of the Z Fighters, and all the Z Fighters are basically shitting their fucking pants because, oh shit, Frieza's coming. The dude who is pretty much like the planet genocider, the strongest in the universe, is showing up to Earth right now. Goku's not here. They don't have any Super Saiyans. They're fucked. So, like, this scene is so accurate to the anime that it's just so good because this game literally is the anime in video game format. Like, if you're like a brand new fan of the Dragon Ball Z and you played Legacy of Goku 2 before watching the anime, you would understand what's going on. This game does an incredible job at explaining the story of Dragon Ball in literally, like, the best way possible in 2D format. Chaozu would have been interesting in the Tournament of Power. I don't really know, like, what he could have... I mean, he actually, probably could have been really, really good support because Chaozu does have telekinesis. He has psychic powers. I feel like Goldo is more handy because Goldo has time, like, like the ability to, like, stop time. But, yeah. What's up, Tent? Yeah, this is Toriyama's Big Baby. This is where the Dragon Quest character designs came from. And then you have Yamcha. Everyone knows Yamcha. This is the part right now, where Yamcha and Bulma, like, kind of had, like, their little breakup, and Vegeta and Bulma, like, Vegeta's currently staying at Bulma's, and, they're kind of getting a little more familiar with each other and stuff like that, and Yamcha's basically salty of Vegeta. Because Vegeta came in and kind of stomped, kind of took his girl indirectly. If you actually read this cutscene, you'll see the dynamic that Vegeta and Bulma have right now. And yeah, that is pretty much what Frieza wants to do, but guess what? He's not going to do that. Frieza savors in revenge. Frieza's going to come here and death beam every single one of Goku's friends and make sure that they feel the pain. Just ask Vegeta when he got fucking cracked on Namek, right? And you know what, Pancake? That's what pisses me off, because Tien is incredible. Tien is one of the coolest characters in all of Dragon Ball. He's an incredible martial artist. He's a Triclops. We had the opportunity to kind of go more into like Tien's species, but we don't. He can use a killer technique called the Tri-Beam. He has an incredible attack called the Solar Flare, which sometimes people forget that that's actually Tien's technique. Blinded Dodoria on planet Namek, and blinded Frieza on planet Namek. Solar Flare is a good technique, but everyone forgets that the Solar Flare came from the Crane School and not the Turtle School. See, Toriyama has actually came out and said that Krillin is actually stronger than Tien, but I mean, I feel like, Tien trains harder than Krillin does. Tien is a hard worker. Toriyama cucked him. They screwed him over. Tien trains all year round. He's a disciplined martial artist. Krillin doesn't train. He does, but not as hard as Tien does. Tien should have the edge because he constantly trains. Toriyama just doesn't fucking let... Toriyama just says, fuck you, Tien. Krillin's the strongest human. And I'm not saying that I hate Krillin. Krillin's great. But Tien works harder than Krillin. Krillin has his moments in the anime. People forget about him. Don't fuck with the humans, man. The humans are equipped with some crazy-ass techniques. Not everything's got to be Super Saiyan Blue, Ultra Instinct, the Ultra Ego, all the fancy spray paint, man. Sometimes you got to go back to the roots of Solar Flare. You got to go back to the Mafuba. The Mafuba, it failed with Goku Black, which, by the way, Goku Black Arc had a lot of potential, but they fucked it over. Thank you, Zeno Button. Basically, right here, we're having like dialogue between all the characters before Frieza shows up. Talk to Tien one more time. Yeah, and this is also the point right here, where like a lot of the characters, especially like, more so, not necessarily, Krillin, because, Krillin, like, got to see Vegeta on Namek, but because Yamcha and Tien had just come back from the dead after being killed by the Saiyans, Yamcha and Tien are still bitter at Vegeta because like the last time they saw him, he pretty much, he nearly killed him. He did. The Cybermen killed him. I can talk Dragon Ball for hours. It does look very similar to Golden Sun, huh? And they're basically going like, yeah, dude, without Goku here, like, we're kind of fucked. So it's like, you know what? We either gotta try and stand up to Frieza, or he's just gonna blow up the planet regardless. So like, at this point, like, they're kind of like shitting in their boots going like, we're all gonna die, but god damn it, we're not gonna sit around and do nothing, like we're gonna try, I wonder what would have happened if Goku or Trunks didn't show up. Like, I know that they would fail, but I'm wondering, like, maybe if like if Piccolo got killed, I wonder if like that would trigger like Gohan like transforming into Super Saiyan. Because if Gohan transformed into a Super Saiyan at this point with his power, I feel like he could beat Frieza. If Goku and Trunks theoretically did not show up and Gohan had like a rage boost. Vegeta, I can't see having a rage boost for any of the people here. But like if Piccolo died again, like, Piccolo's permanently dead. Because we're still on the premise of the original Dragon Balls, where you're only allowed to revive somebody once. After they die once, they're actually not, never mind, we have Namek. But regardless, I still think that we have the Namekian Dragon Balls, that's right. So they actually could wish Piccolo back. But regardless of that, I think Gohan would still have a big enough rage boost to beat Frieza. That's just my opinion, though. I think Frieza, right now, he's slightly more powerful than he was on Namek past his 100%. But I don't remember how much powerful. I would think that Gohan in Super Saiyan, also especially because Gohan has rage moments. We've seen Gohan, because I thought Gohan wouldn't actually be able to control the Super Saiyan transformation. I thought Gohan would lose control and would pretty much kill Gohan. I mean, he'd pretty much kill Frieza and King Cold. But Gohan wouldn't be able to, he wouldn't be able to be like Goku, and, in the very, very beginning, be able to, Gohan's still immature at this point, so he would definitely lose control of Super Saiyan. He doesn't have that same composure that Goku would, especially, given that Goku, is, a more superior fighter at this point in time in the story than Gohan is. Like, by a landslide. So Goku would have better control over Super Saiyan. Gohan would definitely lose control, for sure. Goku used the instant transmission, yeah, in the original timeline. Goku could come here right now. Trunks never had to show up. Yeah, that is exactly what happened. Gohan would turn into a Super Saiyan Berserk, and any one of the Z-Fighters dying. I don't care if it's Tien, Yamcha, any one of them. Gohan would, I feel like, would go Super Saiyan for either of these four, including Chaozu. Because Gohan has already seen them die before in the Saiyan saga. And he'd basically be like, no, I'm tired of people dying, I always get scared. Gohan would have his rage boost, and Gohan would transform into a Super Saiyan. He would have a lot more character development if he turned Super Saiyan at this point in time, if Goku didn't show up and stuff. Oh yeah, in this timeline, yeah, but in the original timeline, where Goku actually gets the heart virus, like the actual timeline, Goku does use instant transmission. Yeah, he didn't know. In this timeline, yeah, but in the OG timeline, he does in fact use instant transmission to get to Frieza. Right here, there's no need because Trunks shows up. And this is where the timeline actually splits off into the other timelines, is when Trunks shows up. Because I don't know if you guys know, but in Dragon Ball Super, there's actually 4 different timelines. There's the original timeline. I don't know all the timelines off the top of my head, but there's the timeline that we're in right now. There's Trunks' timeline. The third timeline, I'll get into it after this, sorry. I love Dragon Ball. So basically, Frieza's going like, nah, you're full of shit. You're not a Super Saiyan. We're gonna kick your ass. But Trunks is like, yeah, dude, you literally have no idea who the fuck I am. Yeah, Dragon Ball has a lot of timelines. Although, it is not as messy as Zelda, I promise. Zelda's timelines are fucked. Dragon Balls are easier to explain. You only need to really focus on the original timeline and this one. The other 2 timelines are completely irrelevant. Like, timelines in Dragon Ball, yeah, they're not super fucking messy. Not like Zelda. Timelines in Zelda are nuts. But there are only 4 timelines in this. So he's basically going like, nah, you're full of shit. There's no way you could be a Super Saiyan. Get out of here, man. Your power level's only 5. Yeah, so Frieza's like, yeah, I can't take you seriously. But Trunks is like, okay. And then we got this. And Frieza pretty much shit his pants. And King Cold's like, so this is a Super Saiyan. Boom, 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 boom. Now watch this shit. Bam. Right in half. In the anime, Trunks literally cuts Frieza in half. Right here. Boom. Bro just gets freaking sliced in half. Trunks took his inner Vegeta and went, I'm gonna do what Goku didn't do, you're dead. And right here, King Cold is basically trying to, like, coerce Trunks into joining him. Like, you know, he's scared shitless, but he's like, I think I can manipulate this guy. He's all trying, like, you know, like, talk him into it, like, yeah, you know, you and me, like, we could rule the universe, all this shit. And Trunks is like, nah, no, fuck you. He's like, yeah, you know what, I'll kill you. Trunks is like, nah, bye-bye. Yeah, the Zelda timeline is so intricate, dude, like, it's not even, ooh, gigantic mess. The Dragon Ball timeline is not even bad at all. Like, 90% of the time, we are in this timeline right now. Read the text very carefully, and I can, like, explain it. Unless, do you guys want me to do voices? I can, if you guys really, really want me to. I can legit do, like, some voices and, you know, give the text and story a little bit more flair, but Zelda is fun, but I mean, yeah, I gotta be in a particular mood. So basically right here, Trunks is like, yo, I know when your dad's gonna show up, Gohan, and I know when Goku's gonna come, you know, so everyone follows him and stuff like that. Everyone's skeptical of who Trunks is, you know, he's just, there's this random guy that popped out of nowhere in the future, and they're going like, who is this guy? He's a Saiyan. Vegeta's going like, but you know, there are only other Saiyans, you know, besides me, Goku, and Gohan. There's no way you could be a Saiyan. Who the fuck are you? So basically everyone is questioning Trunks' validity. Like, how do you know Goku's gonna show up here? And Trunks is like, well, I can't exactly say that because if I say anything, there's a good possibility that I can't be born, Dad. Which, his dad is... Woohoo! Woohoo! Right there. Oh, dude, you guys actually had me thinking that we have, like, a bot in chat, but Tentus had a Shadow PNG moment. That's funny. Bro said Breath of the Wild said bots. That's actually comedy. That's actually comedy. That's actually funny as fuck. We've been getting a lot of bots lately. They'll come in here and basically be like, get your viewers for free. Or like, click this link, you know, we can give you bot viewers, like, you know, for like a discount. Yep. And then Vegeta's basically going like, yeah, no, you're full of shit. There's only 3 Saiyans left. Me, the kid's dad, and the kid. Yep. Vegeta's like, nah, there's no way you can be a Saiyan, but Trunks is like, I gotta shut my mouth, Dad, like, I can't tell you who I am or else I'm never gonna be like, you're not gonna screw Mom. So it's like, you know, Trunks has to be very, very careful with who he tells here. Also, this music is phenomenal. Every bit of music in this game is fantastic. Yep, exactly. That's timeline 2. That's actually the original timeline. This is not the original timeline. In the beginning it was, but right when Trunks arrives on, actually I think when, is it Cell or Trunks? One of the two. As soon as one of those two comes here, that's when the timeline splits off because Trunks interfered. And those are really the only 2 timelines you have to pay attention to. At least in this saga. But once we get into the Majin Buu saga, that's when everything kind of concentrates more towards here. But actually, the 2 timelines is actually what makes the Android saga. People praise this as being the best in Dragon Ball Z. Anywhere going from the Android saga to the end of Perfect Cell. People deem that as the best saga in Dragon Ball. I will respectfully disagree. My favorite, and I think the best, is the Frieza saga. But I'm not going to go out and say that people who think that that Android through Cell is the best, I'm not going to say that they're wrong, because they're right too. It's literally just a difference in opinion, because the Cell saga is literally perfect. People will say it's the Cell saga, and I can agree with you. It's just, I honestly think that they're interchangeable. I feel like neither answer is wrong because the Frieza and the Cell Saga are both equally as great. And then we got Majin Buu, and yeah, Majin Buu Saga's a mess. Goku's right here. Up, and they're basically going like, yeah, this guy, he knows a lot about you, man. Exactly, yeah. Each saga had its own moments that stuck with you. I like all the sagas in Dragon Ball almost equally, besides the Majin Buu saga. Majin Buu saga was cool. We got Super Saiyan 3, we got Fusion, but that was when Dragon Ball became more of a popular franchise and making money versus what we have here between Dragon Ball and the end of Perfect Cell. Peak of Dragon Ball. I'm not gonna say Majin Buu saga was terrible. It could have been better. I like the lore of Majin Buu. Oh yeah, dude. Ginyu Force are fucking awesome. So basically telling Goku, yeah, he's a Super Saiyan. He killed Frieza. And this is the part where Goku and Trunks kind of have their conversation. Trunks is basically going, hey, I came here from 20 years in the future. And then this is where we get the big reveal that Trunks is Vegeta's son, but from the future, where the androids are. And Goku's like, you've got to be shitting me. He's like, Vegeta's gonna be a dad. That's okay. Kind of crazy. And now we basically get the reason why Trunks is here. The androids. The androids are responsible for destroying Trunks' timeline, and that's why he's currently here. Sounds like a fanfic now, dude, honestly. Back then, if you were a Dragon Ball fan, yeah. And you were up to this point in time in the story, yeah, Vegeta was still kind of a piece of shit. No one could really expect Vegeta to become the way how he is in the future. He's basically saying, yep, the androids that come on May 12th on Nembo Island, they pretty much destroy everything. Yep, and everyone's dead. Dr. Gero, the scientists of the Red Ribbon Army, the ones who are responsible, if you guys have ever seen Dragon Ball. Goku met an android named Android 8. Goku became a Super Saiyan, actually, Goku became a Super Saiyan in, when he fought against Frieza, so this is not the time of when Goku originally got Super Saiyan. And Trunks is basically going like, yeah, Goku, like, you know, you're kind of a moron for letting Dr. Gero escape. And then this is why, you know, we, but we gotta thank Dr. Gero because Dr. Gero made the most... He was the character who honestly made the greatest saga in Dragon Ball, the Cell Saga, for those of you guys that think the Cell Saga is the best. So we actually gotta thank Goku for letting Dr. Gero escape because we got Peak. He's basically saying, like, yeah, the androids, like, you know, they hunt me for sport, they torture me, and yeah, they basically play tag with Trunks, and Trunks gets his ass kicked. That's why he's back in time. Saying, yeah, everyone's dead. Piccolo's dead. You can't use the Dragon Balls anymore. Yet Toriyama forgot about Namek. He forgot about King Kai. Hey, King Kai, or no, King Kai intervenes. Hi, I'm King Kai. I train Goku and a lot of the Z fighters. You know that on planet Namek, we can talk to people on Namek. Let me hook you up. Bring back Piccolo. Earth Dragon Balls are back. Vegeta's back. Gohan's back. Y'all train in the hyperbolic time chamber. You train up. Guess what? The androids are gone. Toriyama was like, I forgot about Namek. The future timeline would have been fine, literally, if he included King Kai and the Namekian Dragon Balls. I have no idea why Toriyama forgets, dude. It's like, that's literally how you could have fixed the future timeline. We had the resources available, but Toriyama didn't use them, or he forgot to. Either that, or maybe they didn't exist yet. I don't know, but I actually don't know if Dr. Brief actually went off to find Namek. But it's kind of just like, at the same time, where's King Kai? Why isn't Goku with King Kai on his planet, because at this point in time Goku's dead. He's going to be in the other world training, from what we saw in Dragon Ball, you know, from what we saw in the Buu saga, if the filler part anyway. So it's like, you know, he could have been doing that. He could have been with King Kai on his planet, talking to Trunks, you know, or anyone else. Hey, let's use the Namekian Dragon Balls to go wish everybody back. Hyperbolic Time Chamber, you train up. Gohan is the strongest because he's the hybrid Saiyan. Boom. Right there. It is the biggest plot hole in Dragon Ball. But the future timeline is actually real. It's canon. And then I think that there's a movie timeline too, where like Cooler's Revenge happens, Makio's Star with Garlic Jr. I don't know like the exact title of it, but then like, you know, you got Dr. Wheelo, you got Triamite with Turles. You got all the Dragon Ball movies in their own kind of timeline as well. Because if you guys, you know, ever saw the Dragon Ball movies, none of them could happen in the timeline of Dragon Ball that we know. The only movie that probably could have happened in the timeline we know is BoJack. Everything in BoJack makes sense for it to have happened. Literally everything. BoJack is literally the only movie that could realistically happen in the actual timeline that we know about. But yeah, basically like, you know, Bulma's your mother. Yeah, this is where we find out the big reveal. Yeah. BoJack and his clan are basically space pirates. If you've never seen the Dragon Ball the BoJack movie, watch BoJack. But BoJack is actually fucking peak. That's when we get to see Gohan in Super Saiyan 2 just, oh man, dude, it's so sick. Ted, if you have any questions about Dragon Ball, I can literally answer them for you. I can break down the story for you, and you will understand everything that happens. So they're basically asking like, hey Goku, you were gone for a year and a half in space after you defeated Frieza. What's going on here? Like, you know, what did you do? And then we'll find out more about that as we go on. Right now we're back where Goku lives, his house. Oh, dude, right. I forgot that they actually included that bit with Garlic Jr. in this. So Garlic Jr. is actually it's a filler arc. But Garlic Jr. actually could have been canon. Garlic Jr. had its own movie. He had his own movie at the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z. He kidnapped Gohan, and Goku and Piccolo actually worked together. But of course, it didn't happen in the original time, in our timeline, because if that were the case, Goku and Piccolo would have been more positive to the idea of working together against Raditz. But yeah, Garlic Jr. is a filler arc in between the end of Frieza and in between the period of when Goku comes back from planet Namek, right around this time where we are in the story right now in the game. So I have no idea why they didn't include Garlic Jr. inside of this. I would talk more about Garlic Jr., but I mean, he's kind of irrelevant to this point in time of where we are in the game. Kind of talk more about the androids, or the you know, like more like Frieza, like, you know, what Goku learned on planet Yardrat. You know, we can talk about Yardrat if you guys are caught up in the Super manga. I can literally talk anything about Dragon Ball Z. Like, I know so much about it. I'd probably say Dragon Ball Z is probably the one series I know the most about. There is literally no other series other than outside of that. Maybe Pokemon a little bit, but I mean, definitely not as much as Dragon Ball. I'm definitely a bigger Dragon Ball fan than I am a Pokemon fan, like by a landslide. And Zelda too. And Fire Emblem, yeah. Those are like my top 4 favorite franchises in Dragon Ball. So right now we're level 5. I want to level up to at least level 6. You don't have to grind. I just like to come back here and listen to the music and stuff like that. Metroid reference? Yes, and I need to play Metroid at some point in the future too. You know, dude, I got Prime 1 at my house. I got the Prime 1 remaster. I could definitely hook it up. I didn't bring it here, but I could. Later on this week, me and Lego are going to be playing Dark Souls 3. So that'll be pretty fun. Yeah, I've heard really, really solid things about Prime 1 Remaster, for sure. Are we level 6? Okay, we're about to be level 6, okay. A lot of people, when they first played this game, the combat's easy, but it's like the one thing, some characters, like, you know, some people don't realize is that the enemy actually kind of has like a big hitbox on you. So like you'll go for an attack, but if you're within like a little bit of like a space between them and they can hit you, you can get hit. So a lot of times, like, you know, what I see is like new players, like when they go into this, is that they will constantly get hit because some characters, if you're within that period, they can punch you, especially like when it's like they space their shots and you can get hit depending on the positioning of like where you're at. I don't really have that problem, but some people do. And look at all these crazy stat upgrades that Gohan's getting. And I wish I could get those kind of stat upgrades in Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Soren, Ike. Soren's literal non-existent magic stat and Ike's non-existent strength stat. Absolutely ridiculous. I got such bad RNG in Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Okay, we're level 6. No need to grind. Yeah, I'll get my luck and res. Luck and res actually don't exist in this game. And if you go here, this is a save point. You could also save state on emulator, but I feel like it's really not necessary for you to save state in Legacy of Goku 2. It's not that hard. And this is actually the first time Goku has seen Chi-Chi, like, legitimately. The last time Goku saw Chi-Chi, think about this, right? Goku dies right at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. He's dead for a year. Goku comes back after the year. He spends maybe like 2 weeks of Chi-Chi, goes off to fight Frieza on Namek, and then Goku's gone for another year and a half. So this is actually the first time Goku has seen Chi-Chi, like, legitimately in like 4 years. At least. Or two and a half, yeah. Was it 3? Yeah, about 3 years. This is like the first time Goku's actually sat down with Chi-Chi after 2.5 years. 3 years, actually, yeah. So it's like Goku didn't really get to spend a lot of time with Chi-Chi in like this 3-year period, in this 3-year period, because he's been gone and dead. And Chi-Chi's like, yeah, you know, you've been dead. I've missed you. You were gone for a year and a half. You know, I'm glad, like, you know, things are starting to get back to normal in life. And then Goku's like, yeah, about that. Androids are coming. We gotta train. And Chi-Chi's like, are you serious? I just got back and I'm like, you're already talking about training again? Like, come on, man. I never signed up for this. So I feel really, really bad for Chi-Chi. Just due to the fact that, you know, she's been like a single mom because Goku's like been gone the entire time. And it's like, yeah, like, you know, we might need our son for the battle that's coming up. You know, there's a possibility, you know, that we could get wiped out. And it's like, well, the thing is with Gohan, dude, is that Gohan is very, very powerful asset. And without Gohan, we're kind of fucked. And I mean, like, he's not wrong. Okay. So we've actually already done a little bit of training. I'm confident, like, you know, we're fine. We're level 6. We're going to fly off to Bull in this place. We're actually... Where's the map at? Is the map actually down here? It might be. Is the map down here? It is okay, got it. Okay, and at this point in time, we're done with everything at Goku's house. We're gonna go fly off to go see Bulma at Capsule Corporation. And this is actually a very, very interesting time in the Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku gameplay. Got some interesting stuff going on here. You guys will see. So this is basically the part, you know, where we go through stuff that makes Legacy of Goku 2 not just the Dragon Ball Z story, but there are actually other bosses and stuff like that that we can do to progress through the game to make it feel more unique, just outside of telling the story about Dragon Ball. Because that still happens, but now we're kind of getting into, like, it's like, you know, you would consider these as, like, side quests in other games, considering, like, you know, we're talking about the main plot of Dragon Ball, but they need other gameplay stuff because this is still an RPG game. So we're about to go take on, like, you know, a variety of things, I will say. And if you guys are anywhere familiar with Dragon Ball, you guys will know Mr. Satan, Hercule. This guy is his comedy gold. Mr. Satan is one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball. I love this guy to death. This guy is so peak. This guy is so funny and so cool. I'm not sure if Hercule is a pun off of Hercules, but if you're a Disney fan, I call James Woods. Okay, so basically this float is in the way, and we need to make Hercule happy in order for us to go meet Piccolo. So right now, we have to go and get him an open-faced club sandwich. That's the only way this float will move, and that's the only way that we can go visit Piccolo. But little do we know, in Dragon Ball Z, I mean, everybody knows this, the characters in Dragon Ball Z can fly. So why can't we just fly over the float? Well, we can't because it's an RPG. And that's not how this works. Incredibly dumb logic, dude, but welcome to the world of Dragon Ball. What do you fucking know, right? So we need to go get Hercule an open-faced club sandwich. Because, bro's hungry. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Also, by the way, guys, I have an announcement to make. I went to Publix today, and I had one of the best sandwiches I have had in a long time. I'm in Florida, dude, and the first thing I always do when I come to Florida, I always go find the Publix, because dude, Publix subs are better than Jersey Mike's. Don't even at me. Publix has the greatest subs ever fucking created. Every time I come here, I always get a Publix sub. That is the one thing I love about Florida and you guys in the East Coast, is you guys have all the good restaurants, all the good food, all the good stores. I'm from California, so we don't have as many. I mean, like, we have cool things, yes, but I mean, there's just something dope about Florida and the stuff that we have here. That you guys have here. So, Tent and Alice, lucky. Do you guys have Publix subs in your state, Justin? Is Publix just like a southeast United States thing, or is it all East Coast? Okay. So we want an open-faced club sandwich, but this guy's basically like, well, I don't want to give you the sandwich unless you give me the newspaper. Okay, so now we're basically playing... We're doing a fetch quest. Now we gotta go get the newspaper from the newspaper stand. And you guys are about to see a repeat of patterns that goes on. And I had no idea that you guys had Publix in the Northeast. That's pretty sick, man. I never knew that was actually a thing. I thought for sure it was only like Florida and Georgia, but nah, that's pretty cool. Gee, where's the guy at the newspaper stand? So now, the guy with the newspaper, he's gone. We can't get the club sandwich because bro wants a newspaper. We go get the newspaper. The bro who was at the newspaper stand, he's not here. This is the guy from the newspaper stand. Well, this guy's got a missing son. And guess what happened? The bus driver, I don't exactly know what happened in the bus, but the bus crashed. So now we gotta go save a bunch of kids. Which I think is actually a pretty... Bro, move. Okay. This guy. I believe this guy is the bus driver. His name is Larry. And yeah, bro here done goofed. I don't exactly know how he fell. I think it had something to do with the, like an earthquake or something like that. But our job now is to go, find the kids from the school bus. Because, they all fell out. And this is where, Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2 turns into a regular RPG. It's like, you know, you kill a variety of the enemies and stuff like that. You level up, you get experience. I honestly think that this is better than Kakarot, man. Kakarot is alright. I enjoyed Kakarot for what it was. I wouldn't say it's a mid-game. I give it like a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it because I'm a Dragon Ball fan. But if you're a video game fan, and you're not like all that in the Dragon Ball and say, oh, like I want to play the Dragon Ball story in a video game format, how do you play it? Well, the most current format is obviously Kakarot. It's the most easy and accessible way, whereas back in the day, it was Legacy of Goku 1, 2, and Boo's Fury. But Kakarot is what we have now. It's the 3D version, and it's okay. Video gamers who aren't like big Dragon Ball fans probably wouldn't like it as much, but if you're a hardcore Dragon Ball fan like myself, Kakarot is pretty fun, and aside from all the gameplay stuff, I still enjoy it. But I mean, I know not everyone is going to enjoy Kakarot, and like I get why people don't, because it's not the greatest. It's kind of buggy in some aspects, but I mean, it's not, you know, like the worst game that I've played that was Dragon Ball related, so. Yep, and the best JRPG for Fetch Quest. The bus, and now we gotta go find the kids who fell off. Smooth, huh? Nope, there's one kid right there. And now we basically gotta go and kill wolves. If any of you guys are familiar with the Dragon Ball universe at all, you guys should know that, especially at this point in time in this story, wolves really don't affect even the weakest characters in Dragon Ball. Yamcha can beat wolves, no pun intended with the Wolfang Fist. But wolves should not be a threat to these guys at all, who can literally blow up planets with life on them. But yeah, in this game, wolves can kick our ass because, hello, it's an RPG. I got the kid. Fuck yeah. Nice. Yep, you level up, you get stats and stuff like that. And there's another kid. I believe there are 2 more kids, right? Yeah, I think there's 2 more kids. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Save the kids who fell off and get ratio. That's exactly what it is, yep. That's 100% exactly what you have to do. Yeah, and like I've played Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2 so many times that I don't really get into the trap of dying in this game very often. It's like, you know, you can kind of just like, you know, like after you play it, you kind of understand like the spacing. And Gohan, dude, Gohan is just getting absolutely freaking boomed right now with good stats. Where was this in Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, dude? Why can't I have the luck I have in this game into Fire Emblem where like the luck actually matters? Because the stats in this game, you could have complete shit stats and like the game is still functional. You can do that in Path of Radiance too, but I mean, it's just like in Path of Radiance, in Fire Emblem, like if you get some stats like on a character and you get neglected on the other ones, it sometimes those stat fall-offs can actually impact the gameplay a little bit, especially depending on like what difficulty you're on like what difficulty you're on. Like, I can imagine, like, some stat fuck-ups in, like, Hard Conquest or Lunatic Conquest, and that could probably fuck up your run maybe a little bit, especially, you know, if, like, the speed stats are around the, I don't know, like, your character level ups, like, aren't as quite high as the higher speed stats of the more endgame characters and stuff like that. If that makes sense. Wait, am I going the right way? Am I going the right way? Let's see. Okay, y'all are fucking pissing me off. You may die now. Thank you very much, sirs. Okay. Is there a part after this, or is this blocked? Okay, that is blocked off. Because there's still 2 more kids that we have to go and find. Unless, is it this way? Or have we, I think, yeah, we already came here for that one kid in the corner, huh? Yeah, okay. So I am going the wrong way. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So I believe it's... Because I remember, like, for a fact that because I played this game a lot, there is another kid that you have to save. She fell off the bus, and then there's another one that got trapped in, like, a cave area. I believe it's actually to the right in this way, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is, okay. So I actually was going the right way. Got it. Sometimes I forgot. Sometimes even in the games that I've played, Mr. Streamer loses his sense of direction. Okay, you can calm down, bud. Chat, I haven't seen a single slime yet. I think this Dragon Quest is kind of slimy. Are there any slimes? I mean, I guess if you want to count Cell when he's in larval form, but I can't think of any slimes. Actually, no, wait. Boo. Yeah, Dragon Ball. In Dragon Ball, Boo is a slime. So Majin Buu is that's your slime equivalent. There you go. There's your Dragon Quest tent. Majin Buu. Majin Buu is literally that too. If you guys are familiar with anything in regards to Majin Buu in Dragon Ball, he literally turns into slime and he absorbs people. Does that slime thing make slime puns? Maybe a little bit, yeah. Boo, yeah. Boo is a slime anthropomorph, exactly. That's exactly how you should categorize him. Hey, girl, what's up? I believe we saved all the kids. Oh yeah, I believe that's actually it. And then we can go back now. Flight circles are pretty cool, too. There are a plethora of flight circles in this game. And they take you to, like, hidden places and stuff like that. In Legacy of Goku 1, you could fly more freely, but the mechanic was so bad. I'm glad that they actually made the flight circle things. Because it just simply makes it easier. And, like, you can just tell, too, that in Legacy of Goku 2, their budget was so much bigger than Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 1. I would say that Majin Buu doesn't really like make puns, but I mean he sounds like a little kid. Super Buu is definitely more intelligent, is definitely more serious, but regular Fat Buu Majin Buu is very naive. He's like a child. Like, he needs to be babysat, basically. He's like, me Buu want candy, me Buu want chocolate, me Buu want cookies. It's like, you know, he's just like this gigantic fat kid that like wants to eat a bunch of candy and sweets, and like that's literally like the embodiment of like what Fat Majin Buu is. Honestly, if any of you guys have ever seen Willy Wonka, like he honestly reminds me of like Augustus Gloop. Oh yeah, and we ran into Yajirobe, and Yajirobe hooks us up with a Sensu Bean. If any of you guys have ever seen Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Sensu Bean! I need to play Dragon Quest, dude. I honest to God actually kind of want to give it a shot. Later on this year, I will give it a try. What's the cheapest game on Switch that I can buy for Dragon Quest? I'm honestly open to playing it. You've been gassing this game up for a while, so. And you can find energy balls and rotisserie chicken inside of rocks, dude, so. We love Dragon Ball logic. Which one would you recommend as my first? Yeah, then we got all the missing kids. Now we're back to our fetch a quest. Because now we saved the kids, guess what? Bro's happy his kid is back. So now we can talk to him and we can get our hands on the newspaper. Dragon Quest 11? Okay. Do you need to play from the beginning to understand where you where the games are, or? Oh, we got a newspaper, nice. So now since we got the newspaper, now we're back to our original ordeal where we had to go get the open face club sandwich for Hercule. Now since we have the newspaper, now we can go back and do that. Yeah, so he's to the left of us. And not gonna lie, dude, I cannot wait to finish off my public sub later, man. I got a crispy chicken. I think I got like pepperoncinis on it. I got tomatoes, got some onions on it. Yeah, I got a variety of stuff in that sandwich, man. It's so fucking good. Let's finish a game on stream before you finish being on an RPG. I'm aware. I am going to wrap up Persona 4 Golden. I will stream Persona 4 Golden later on this week. And Alice, correction, buddy. I did finish a game. I finished Zelda. I finished Wind Waker. And honestly, Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2 is honestly a very, very short game. Like, I can probably get this done within like 2 or 3 streams, easy. So now we got the sandwich. What are you talking about, dude? Of course it counts as a first game. Wind Waker is, of course, my favorite game of all time, and if I replay it, of course it counts as that. Come on now. It's a game, and I finished it, right? So, I'd say it counts. Hang on, where is the float at? Yeah, I'm aware. I'm just trying, like, you know, I think right now I'm just trying to find my stride. And, like, what games, like, I want to play and stuff like that, because you know what, like, Kingdom Hearts, like, I will not lie. This story kind of burned me out. It's like, you know, there's so much stuff. Kingdom Hearts story, to me, like, it's just, it's so jambled. Anyways, Hercule does not like this music. So now guess what? Now we're on another fetch quest to go get this dude's CD. This guy doesn't want this. Yeah, I can't. And I mean, yeah, man, I love Dragon Ball. It is honestly one of my biggest passions. I could be a Dragon Ball YouTuber if I really, really wanted to be. Because I this series is just been like a gigantic hole of my childhood, and I will always love Dragon Ball. Any questions about it? I'm pretty good. I feel like I can answer a lot of Dragon Ball questions pretty accurately. I'm not like, you know, like an encyclopedia, but I mean, like, I'm not bad. I can talk about power scaling. Power scaling in Dragon Ball is fucking ridiculous. So he's basically like, yeah, we don't have Eyes of the Lion. Guess what? We're on another fetch quest. Now we gotta go up north. Because bro's like, I don't have this. Lego told me also, by the way, that we're going to finish the entire game of Dark Souls while we're here. So I will take what he says as true. So hopefully by the time I get out of here, we can actually finish up Dark Souls. Because I mean, like, you know, the days that we are going to stream, he's going to be in the same exact room as me. So we are going to be working together so I can get done with Dark Souls. So hopefully, while I'm here, within the 10 days that I'm here, because we're going to probably be streaming like a good portion of the day if him and I are going to be co-streaming together, because, you know, I came here, like, you know, to spend time with him, like, you know, and hang out with him and stuff like that. So I count that as spending time with him, playing Dark Souls on stream. Solo streams like myself are going to be a lot shorter, but with him, they're going to be longer, because, you know, like, I came here to spend time with them. So with him, you know, and a few of our other friends. Yeah, so there's we got Eyes of the Lion, and Eyes of the Lion, Toriyama loves his puns, so you can tell that the people who made Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2 kind of inherited that from him. Eyes of the Lion is a spin-off of Eye of the Tiger. If you guys have ever seen Rocky, I'm sure you guys know the Eye of the Tiger song. It is very, very popular here in the States, and honestly, probably a part of the world. I don't know how popular Rocky is in other parts of the world, but in the States, it is incredibly popular. If you've never heard of Rocky Balboa, you're not a true American. Is the okay? Yeah, the Hercule float is actually. Wait, where's it? Is there one left of here? There's one left here. Okay, wait, is it? Sorry, I'm blind. Okay, yeah, City Hall. City Hall is up here, I think, in one to the left. And one thing I like about this game is that they actually let you run. Running in Dragon Ball, or running in any kind of, like, RPGs, like, at this point in time, especially if you're a Pokemon fan, because running didn't get implemented until Generation 3. So Pokemon was the only other RPG I knew at the time. Oh, there's City Hall, dude. I'm so fucking blind. G Rev. I wonder where the City Hall is. It's totally not the freaking city with the big golden key on it. No comment. This music, A1, by the way. I love it. This is Piccolo, the guy, the man who's been shafted a lot until recently, until 2018, when the actually not 2018, not Broly, Superhero. Piccolo finally got redeemed in Superhero when he got his orange form. Piccolo is underrated. Piccolo is incredible. I love him. He's my second top 3 favorite characters in Dragon Ball Z, because Piccolo is so fucking underrated. I love this dude. And his music in this game, and his music in the Bruce Falconer OST for the Funimation dub. The music in that series is A1, man. This is Piccolo's theme. I can't do the Japanese themes. It's got to be the American ones, man. And like, this music is just so fucking good. Is that a good thing? Piccolo's great, man. At this point in time, Piccolo is definitely top 3 strongest of the Z fighters. I want to say right now, if we don't count Trunks, Goku and I think Goku's slightly stronger than Trunks is at this point in time. So Goku's the strongest, Vegeta's second. Actually, Piccolo might actually be a little bit. No, I wonder actually how close Piccolo and Vegeta are right now in this point in time of for power. That's actually a really good question. I wonder like who would win between Vegeta and Piccolo right now. This is after Goku comes back to Earth from Yardrat. So I actually do not know who's stronger at this point in time, Piccolo or Vegeta. I would say when you get to this point, you do call him that. And the reason why, I mean, you know, actually, I retract that. When we get to Super is when he becomes underrated. Watch him in the Universal 6 tournament in the anime. He's goated. Okay. So now we unlock Piccolo. And I don't know if you guys remember, but Goku said that he wanted to talk to Piccolo at City Hall. But I would say Piccolo is just underrated because people forget that Piccolo doesn't have any crazy transformations like the Saiyans do. Piccolo's base is Piccolo's actual strength. When Piccolo trains during the Android Saga, he's constantly training with Goku as a Super Saiyan. Piccolo gets pretty freaking strong. He's able to beat Android 20, and I would say he's, because he would be able to beat, if Vegeta had, you know, actually, I will talk more about this later, because literally that part's going to be coming up in a little bit. So this is basically Goku giving his rundown of how he escaped from Planet Namek. I think, yeah, underrepresented. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Right. That's definitely a better way on how to word it, Alice. I appreciate that. So now, this is the reason why Goku wanted to talk to Piccolo. He's like, hey, can you go harass... Or actually, not harass, that's not the word I'm looking for. Can you go, take care of this King Triceratops guy? He's tormenting the farmers south of West City. And Piccolo's like, nah, dude, that's stupid. Why do I want to go waste my time doing that? I gotta go train. And then, you know, this is kind of cool because this kind of shows Piccolo's character development. Because in the very, very beginning, Piccolo, you know, was like, he was the bad guy. He was the evil one right at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z because he is literally Demon King Piccolo's son. And it's like at the beginning, you know, we see Piccolo go from the evil guy into becoming a lot more, you know, calm, good. Because, I mean, right now, he's got Gohan. You know, but, you know, right here, you know, this just goes to show, you know, that Piccolo is becoming Grandpa Piccolo, the one that we see him with in Pan. Is Launch in this game? Actually, no, Launch is not in this game. Unless she makes, like, some kind of, like, Easter egg appearance, because outside of that, I'm unaware of her existence in here. But yeah, Goku's like, can you head over to the Triceratops jungle? And this side quest is actually a lot of fun. And you guys will see why the more, like, you know, I go through and stuff like that. You know what's cool, though, is that, I ain't gonna lie, dude, the graphics on this game for its time when it came out in 2003, and it being, also I got my ass kicked back there, and it being like that time period, this water actually looks really, really pretty in like the 2D format, dude. I mean, like, look at how you can like see beneath it and stuff like that. Back then, graphics like on handhelds, this was top notch, man. It was honestly really, really cool. I mean, I cannot believe that Legacy of Goku 2 is now considered as retro. Because I mean, like, this legitimately makes me feel incredibly old. Ooh, I'm actually getting my ass kicked here. I need to realize that these guys have a lot bigger of a range than the other enemies do. I got one more until I level up, so I should be okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta be careful with the my spacing. So I think once devs knew how to usually, oh yeah, that's a Shadow PNG, buddy boy. Knew how to truly use the GBA, produce some of the best looking sprite-based games. I completely agree with you, dude. Yeah, I even think in some aspects that the GBA sprites, like, you know, that they look better than the DS ones. The DS ones look like more polished, but it's, I don't know, it's like the GBA sprites, like, you know, just had more of like the coloration and just like the art style down. I don't know why. I can't really like explain it, but I don't know. Maybe you guys would be able to explain it better than I can. There's just something about the GBA sprites that looks like slightly sharper than the DS ones. Like the DS ones just look like more obviously like quality based, but the GBA ones just have that certain look, in my opinion. Oh, you're telling me to choke because you want to see me die. Oh, okay. That's mean, Tent. That's very, very mean, sir. Okay. Before we go face off against King Triceratops, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna level up real quick. Figured, like, you know, we're like right on the dot, you know, like, let's go get that level up real quick. So you guys will notice that Piccolo does not get as many high stat level ups as, like, say, Gohan does. And there's actually a reason for that. The reason is because Gohan actually has the most potential out of all the characters. If you guys have seen Up the Superhero, you guys have seen him in the Perfect Cell Saga, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Gohan has the most potential out of all the characters right now up to this point, because Gohan is a hybrid Saiyan. Hybrid Saiyans have insane amounts of potential. So this is why Gohan gets the best stat increases. It's just because of his potential. I sometimes hit the walls, but not always. But I mean, I'm better at timing it than some people are, but there will be a lot of the time where I will hit myself against the wall for sure. I'm also using the controller pad, like, you know, like the actual like joystick. If I'm using the D-pad, I'm actually a lot better, because the D-pad was how I originally beat this game the most. Obviously, like, you know, being on like the Game Boy Advance and stuff. And this is King Triceratops. This is actually one of like the bigger bosses in the very beginning of the game. So this is what makes this game an RPG, is you actually get like a little bit of you get side stories and stuff like that to help combine to the adventure of actually going through the story of Dragon Ball Z. Because like I said before, when you go through Legacy of Goku 2, you're basically going through the story of Dragon Ball Z, but with the added RPG elements. You have like extra plots and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So you get to, this is like your first like big boss fight. That's how you do it, boys. That's how you play Dragon Ball. That's how you do it, baby. I've played this game so many times. I mean, I love Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. This game is a very, very second to my my Wind Waker knowledge. This game is fantastic. This music is really, really peaceful, by the way. I love this. The Falconer's score was just masterpiece material. And we're about to see another part of this game that's unique to Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2, and more and not as unique as to like the original story. So check the shit out. Who's this? Can you guys guess who this is? Who are my bigger Dragon Ball fans here? Oh, can I move this? Okay. Is that Goku? Nah, this is Cooler. This is Frieza's brother. Cooler is actually not a canon character. Cooler is in the movies. They included Cooler in this game as a little bit of extra content. Cooler is my favorite Dragon Ball Z villain. Next to Frieza. I love Cell. I will always love Cell. But this is Frieza's brother from the movie series. Yeah, Cooler and Frieza. The puns. I know, huh? I'm telling you, dude, Toriyama is a pun expert. Goku's Saiyan name is Kakarot. Saiyans are names off of vegetable puns. Vegeta, King Vegetable, Kakarot, Carrot, Raditz, Radish, Broly, Broccoli. Come on. Cooler needs to be canon, bro. Cooler is fucking sick. Look at how... I know that a lot of you guys aren't big Dragon Ball fans, but y'all can't tell me that Cooler's design is not sick as fuck. Cooler's design is so just clean. I would love to see Frieza get this form. Like, literally, dude, when I see Cooler, I see fucking Metal Mewtwo. Like, Cooler in this form looks like Mewtwo when he's all cybernetic up from Pokemon the first movie. Like he is so sick looking. Yeah, so this entire exchange here, basically, it adds extra content to Legacy of Goku 2. So you have to do a side quest in order for you to unlock the events of going to go see Cooler. You can honestly do Cooler any point before the end game. We could very easily do Cooler as well. I can actually include all that shit. It's not that hard to set up. Where's the save area? Actually, I think we're supposed to go to City Hall. Yeah. Okay, that's right. I'll head back to West City. I know, huh? But the one thing I like about the Broly movie is that Goku actually starts to embrace his Saiyan heritage. You know, because like he's like, nah, Broly, like, you know, we're Saiyans, man. You can call me by my Saiyan name, and I'm just like, damn, like, bro, finally embraced his Saiyan heritage, and I'm like, I love it. Oh yeah, it's a very, very cool, cool world map. I'll show you more of it later on. And this is the part where we kind of see that Hercule is kind of full of shit about his how can I say this? His feats. Like, Hercule is not a bullshitter. Like, he is legit. But he pales in comparison to, like, the Z fighters who can, like, blow up planets and shit like that. But the thing is with Hercule is that Hercule, by Earth standards with no ki, is incredibly strong. Like, if Hercule was an our world dude, Hercule could legitimately be our world savior. Hercule can, like, karate chop tons of bricks. Guy can lift cars. He is insanely powerful by earthly standards. He's not a fraud. He's real. It's just, in some aspects, like, you know, he's kind of a clown. It's like, you know, taking credit for, like, defeating Cell. You know what I mean? But it's like, the Z-Fire's like, we don't really care, you know, about fame and notoriety. Like, you know, you can have it. Like, we don't give a shit about that. Yeah, he's legitimately pulled 4 buses. He is strong. He is not weak at all. But in comparison to, like, the Z fighters, clearly yes. But imagine if Mr. Satan actually got ki. How powerful he would be. It's insanity. He'd be stronger than Krillin, Tien, and Chaozu and Yamcha by a mile. He wouldn't be as strong as Goku and Vegeta or Gohan, but I would say he would be pretty above Tien and Krillin, and would probably be, I wouldn't say like close to Piccolo, but he would be like the 4th strongest before Piccolo, in my opinion. He'd be up there, for sure, if he had the ability to use ki. Hold on a second, guys. Alright. Also, these guys right here, these little tiny robot thingies that like that'll blast out like a tiny laser at you. Oh man, dude, fucking. Also, these guys too, man. These assholes literally just spam me with rockets, and it's so annoying. So it's like you literally have to waste like your entire ki here just to beat these guys up. I hate these guys so much. But it's like, obviously, like, you know, like, when you level up more, it gets a little easier. I also need to go and grind up Gohan, too, while I'm at it here. What level's Piccolo? Level 12. Gohan's level 9. I'll get Piccolo up to level 14, then we'll swap over to Gohan and get him some experience as well. Because Gohan's a little bit weaker than Piccolo. Maybe, actually. Gohan's stats are actually not that far behind Piccolo's, actually. Because Gohan gets better stat level ups. Because right now, actually, theoretically, like, Piccolo is more powerful than Gohan at this point in time in the story, but Gohan also just didn't really focus on training as much. It's like, yeah, he was strong, but there was no need for him to fight during the gap period of when Goku was on Yardrat and now, so Gohan didn't really have any real reason to train. If you can get close to these guys, they're not that difficult to kill, but it's just the fact that they just blow you away with like so many RPGs and stuff like that. It's like, they're not hard, but if they land if they land one on you and you're like in like a group fight with them, they can very easily overwhelm you with like all the rocket stuff. All right. Good. Piccolo's actually getting some pretty good level ups as well. So basically, our goal right now is to get the City Hall key back that Hercule stole. Hercule actually wasn't the one who, so Hercule is also real, but he's also a fraud. Like, he can do all these amazing things, but Hercule, in like a lot of ways, is also kind of a chicken shit. Like, he won't be doing like a lot of the things that you, like, he didn't actually legitimately like defeat Cell. He didn't actually beat the warlord of the city. Some old man was actually the one who did it. So Hercule's basically taking credit for something that he didn't do. And like it's funny and also a little I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, he's a fraud, but like he's funny with it, if that makes sense. Cuz like he's not lying. Like, well, in this part of the story of Legacy of Goku 2, we see the fraud side of him because he actually didn't defeat the warlord of this domain. He took credit for it from someone else. In the actual Dragon Ball Z story, yes, we do not know he is a fraud until after the Cell games. But like right now is like his come up period. This is when I believe he actually wins the world tournament. And it's like, if you win the world tournament on Earth, they're power scaling you to where Goku was. Because that was planet Earth's way of going like, oh, okay, the most powerful planet, oh, okay, like, you won the world tournament, so to Goku, you're in his level. But the Earthlings have, like, you know, like the regular Earthlings have no idea, like, how powerful the Z-Pharaohs, like, actually are. Because Goku hasn't done, like, a tournament in, like, a very, very, like, long time at this point in time of the series. I'll also play us some Sparking Zero at some point, you guys. I'm not the best at playing it, but I wouldn't mind running some hands in Sparking Zero. I need to get better, and I need to train, though. Alice, I would run hands with you in Sparking Zero. And then my boy Dan can... will pop on for some matches in the Sparking Zero if I hit him up. So me, you, and Dan could probably like run some hands and shit. I don't know if anyone else has Sparking Zero, but I don't know. Maybe if I gifted Sparking Zero for Gep, maybe Gep would play. Gep is incredibly good at fighting games. If you're here, buddy, my offer is on the table. If you want to play Sparking Zero, I will buy it for you. As long as it's at $70. Gio, would you actually play Sparking Zero if I bought it for you? Would you actually play it? If I bought it for you? I know you're not the biggest Dragon Ball fan, but it is a fighting game. And if you got it for free, I don't think you'd be opposed to it. Oh, you own Fighters? I play Fighters. I'm not very good at it. But I mean, it's like, I know you like fighting games, and it's like, if you ever like want to see me play a fighting game on stream, it's either got to be Smash, or it's either got to be Dragon, or it's got to be Sparking Zero. Or possibly Fighters too. Fighters isn't really my style of fighting. I'm not really a big fan of how that game runs. But Sparking Zero, because it's more open. I'm not a big fan of it, but I mean, I own it. Oh, he did? Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, I need to level up Gohan. It's okay, Alice. You and I can run hands in Sparking Zero. I'm not very good. I wonder, does Proto own Sparking Zero? I'm not sure if Proto is a big enough Dragon Ball fan though. I don't think Proto owns Sparking Zero. As a surprise gift, cool. I'll be sure to leave Sparking Zero on your Steam doorstep. Bro probably won't even open it up. It's like trying to give Tent a game. You buy him something, he won't do it. That's the vibe I'm getting from Gio right now. Is that even if I did that, he wouldn't want it. Yeah, if any of you guys want to run Sparking Zero, let me know. I'm not the greatest at it, but I mean, I'll have to train. Get myself back into it. I am, when it comes to my mains in Sparking Zero, I'd probably say I main Frieza. Yeah, Frieza's probably the character that I use the most. Didn't, Beast Gohan and, Orange Piccolo, didn't they just get added in the new DLC? Yeah, exactly, dude. Steam should let us force... Yeah, exactly, man. It should force Geo Intent to take free stuff from us. But Geo just doesn't like Dragon Ball in general, so that's fine. I'm not playing Tekken, by the way. I know in Tekken, I get my complete fucking shit thrown in. Don't we have Daima DLC right now for Kakarot? I could play that. That sounds kind of interesting. Also, fun fact, guys, Rev is actually based on my Dragon Ball OC. So, Kakarot does have Daima DLC. That's sick. That's awesome. Okay, so we've pretty much done everything that that we can do. Although, however, I'm kind of a dork. I forgot to go get to go train Gohan up a little bit. We're gonna go grind up Gohan a little bit, just a little bit. That's also my fault too, because actually, like, grinding in this game like isn't even like all that bad. I'm just very bad at spacing out my characters. So I'm gonna go level up Gohan real quick down at the Warlord's domain, maybe like up to like level 15 or something like that. I usually like to have my Gohan and Piccolo at least up to level 16 by the time we get to the Android Saga. I should be able to fight these guys pretty easily. My TV's on game mode, thank you. Yeah. I wish I had my my big beautiful 4K TV here with me right now, but I don't. I'm literally on a laptop screen that I have a dual monitor on the side of me. It's like 1080. I like it though, dude. It's actually kind of a nice setup. I'm surprised, that the laptop's actually doing pretty well. Does the gameplay look choppy to you guys, or does the gameplay look alright? Maybe because I mean, like my game, maybe it's just OBS and like my perception of it, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the gameplay looks fine on your guys' end, and maybe I'm just tripping out. Yeah, maybe, you know what? Maybe it's because the HDMI, like, when you connect OBS on a laptop and like you're streaming, maybe because I have it on the second monitor, maybe that's why it looks choppy, because it's going through an HDMI. Yeah, as long as it looks fine to you guys, that's all I care about. This is another golden capsule. Golden capsules are another form of a fetch quest on here. I actually forgot to trigger the event for the golden capsules. I'll have to go and do that. We also need to go pick up one more thing in West City while we're here. So, fun fact, in Legacy of Goku 2 and Buu's Fury, you get a Scouter. Except in Legacy of Goku 2, you have to unlock it. The Scouter, what it does is it gives you a mini-map, and it allows you to like scan the characters and stuff like that. You can basically make like an encyclopedia of like all the Dragon Ball characters, all the enemies you fight, and it's basically kind of like a gigantic dub database they are able to get in Legacy of Goku 2 by using the Scouter accessory. So it's actually like a pretty cool little thing. And if you're like a brand new Dragon Ball fan, like, you're getting into the game, you can scan characters, and the game will give you more information about them if you haven't played any of like the past Dragon Ball games and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool that they have like the Scouter feature in this game. You get to learn a lot about the characters in Dragon Ball as a whole. I'm gonna get Gohan at least up to like level 15. And what's crazy is that Gohan is probably actually stronger than Piccolo at this point. He's very close. He is actually pretty close. He actually did not get a +2 in strength, but that's okay. I'm gonna get Gohan, I think, going up to level 14, then we'll call it a day. I think 14 is good enough. This is one of those situations where these guys are going to absolutely spam you with the living crap of rockets. And if you're not like blasting these guys like one by one, attacking them in group combat is actually tough because they have the distance on you. And when you're getting spammed by multiple rockets and you're trying to like run up to them and do like close hand-to-hand, it's actually kind of a pain in the butt. So you're better off, honestly, just blasting them. I believe we have one more level, right? We level 13? Yeah, we're level 13. Cool. I'll level up to level 14. Nice. Look at that, +2 strength. We love Gohan level ups. Look, Gohan's level 14, and his strength is already stronger than the Piccolo's by 1, and his power. So, Gohan, despite being a lower level, is actually nearly as strong as Piccolo is. And that's the game's way of saying, by giving Gohan a better chance to roll better stats, that's the game's way of saying that Gohan has the most potential out of all the Z fighters. So, it's actually a pretty cool little feature that they have. You know, just like throwing in like little tidbits of like Dragon Ball Z knowledge in this game, you know, for fans that actually like understand the lore and stuff behind it is actually pretty sick. Like I said, this is what happens when you have passionate people behind the games and you're given a bigger budget. Now games literally just want to, you know, just sell. You know, it's all about making a buck. I'm looking at you, Pokemon. Sparking Zero is actually fantastic. They put in a lot of work in the Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero is very, very beloved by the community. I don't really think I've heard any negative takes about Sparking Zero. I literally have not ever heard anybody complain about it. Maybe you'll have a couple of your naysayers every once in a while, but I have not heard any negative things about it. Like, I've never seen fans call it bad, like, you know, unless you're just like a straight up like hater. But I have actually not heard anyone actually call the games bad. I've heard that like a lot of people review them like very, very well. Yep, you guys see Gohan getting all those really fat, juicy level ups. I completely agree with you, yeah, but in Sparking Zero, you also have the ability to do like what ifs and spin-offs and stuff like that. Sparking Zero also is meant to be more of like a fighter and not really like a story-based game. If you want the story of Dragon Ball, go play Kakarot. But Kakarot, I think, is fun for me as a Dragon Ball fan, but I get why people don't like Kakarot. There are a lot of, I can say negative things about it, but because I'm a Dragon Ball fan, I feel like it does the job of telling you the story of how Dragon Ball Z goes. I agree with you, though, Alice. I do. But it's like, I like the what-if part of the story mode in Sparking Zero. And, like, you can actually trigger, like a pretty cool amount of scenes. I wish that they would have done a little bit more what-ifs. If Sparking Zero had more what-if material, I feel like it would be better with the story. I feel like that would have satisfied more people. I thought it was cool what they did, but they could have implemented that a little bit more. To make it more interesting, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna fly back to Goku's house. And I am literally about to... Actually, no, you know what? Let's go do the Bulma stuff real fast. Where is... Yeah, we can do the Capsule Corp stuff real fast. Not an issue at all. So that's also another really cool part about this game, is that you can explore a lot of the different places that you see in the Dragon Ball universe. You know, like, you can walk around, talk to certain NPCs, and we actually get to go see Bulma in her home. Something we really don't get to see in the actual Dragon Ball Z story. Another fetch a quest. Woohoo! And the Scouter is... I would say it's a pretty important item in this game. It's optional, you don't need it, but I think that the Scouter is just too neat of a tool to just simply give up on. And I'll show you guys exactly what the Scouter actually does when we actually go and pick it up. Forget where the... so we're going to the tech store. And I don't exactly know like where the tech store actually is. Okay, the tech store is all the way to the left and one up. Okay, that's no problem. Where is the actual tech store? Is it... Am I in the right area? Okay, there it is. Cool. Dude, you know what's trippy, man? Oh, man. You guys are gonna know I'm a Californian when I tell this story, but right now, I just heard the Lego's house. I heard, I think, the garage door open up. I heard things shake. My native California instincts kicked in, and I'm like, oh shit, are we having an earthquake? Dude, I like jumped, I'm like, oh shit, like 5 or 6. And yeah, I agree with you though, Alice. I completely agree with you. Kakarot's story, if you want to play the story of Dragon Ball in video game format, modern day, go play Kakarot. It's not bad, it gets the job done. Yeah, it's a little sloppy in some aspects, but I mean, it's a fun game. I enjoy it. I like these ones better. But that's also because I'm older and, you know, this is the first time I had ever played a Dragon Ball Z game story. This game right here. Alright, fetch request done. Now we gotta go by, gotta go back to Bulma. Oh yeah, 10 doesn't know about the world's greatest diner. Yeah, I agree, dude. It's a great little place for sure. Okay, so we got the part for Bulma. And now we got the scouter. So you use the select button on the scouter, and you can pretty much make like your own little encyclopedia. It'll give you like a giant like supercomputer of like all the information of all the different characters in Dragon Ball Z. And it'll also give you like a map and stuff like that. So I'll show you guys how the scouter actually works. You press select. Yeah, so let me get a little bit closer. So we can scan Bulma, and it'll give you a description of who she is. She's Capsule Corporation, biggest company on planet Earth. They're super, super rich. Dragon Radar, she's the one who made it possible to actually locate the Dragon Balls. And it basically just gives you like a rundown of like who these characters are. And it'll save the characters, and it'll put them in the gigantic PC, so you can pretty much look up your whatever character you want. I'll show you guys what I mean. There's Mrs. Briefs. That's Bulma's mom. Oh, hang on. And of course, these guys right here, they're just scientists. The game will give a very, very bland explanation about who these guys are. What is this right here? And anytime you want during the actually, is this the part right here? Hold on a second. This isn't the part, but I'm supposed to be here. Hold on 1 second, chat. I'm looking for that gigantic computer room I was telling you about. Wait, did I just say computer room? Dude, I wish I had. I wish I had the sound. I damn for sure. Okay, so I actually think that the computer room is over here. Find the computer room. Where is it in here? Is the computer room right here? Where is it? Do I actually have to unlock it? I'll show you guys in a bit. Hold on a second. Yeah, if we talk to Dr. Briefs, he introduces us to the Golden Capsules quest. If you collect all the Golden Capsules, you basically get a reward. I forget what you actually earn with the Golden Capsules, though. I haven't done the Golden Capsule side quest in a couple of years. Okay. Yeah. Computer room! I need, to do a little side quest in order for me to unlock the computer room. So this guy's basically like, hey, Capsule Corp has been getting broken into. People are stealing merchandise. I'm going to give you a security card. You go down the hall. You go try and catch the culprit if he's jacking our capsules. Easy, right? Easy little plot point. So then, I believe we head up to the 3rd floor. And because now we have access to the capsule room... That's not there. Is it in here? Okay, yeah. Go and save the game. Then we have the switch. That's going to open up that door at the end of the hall. And there is... you guys will see what's going on in this room over here at the end of the hall. I wonder who this guy could possibly be. Yeah. What are you doing in this room, buddy? And bro literally thought he was gonna try and kick my butt with a warthog wolf. Well, that didn't work, dude. Oh, he works for the Pod Corporation. I didn't know. That's actually kind of funny. I forgot that this spin-off thing kind of existed. Capsule Corp has its enemies, kind of like the Slugworth of the Wonka. His name is Newman. Oh, okay. Rats! Yo, rats! I'll be back in 10 seconds, you guys. Okay. Yeah, he's like, rats, you caught me. And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kid and your Saiyan heritage. It's really, really funny. I love this game. And this is the computer room. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we've officially found the computer room. So right here you get Frieza. If you haven't watched the anime or Dragon Ball Z up to this point of when the story for Dragon Ball Z actually starts in this game, it'll tell you who Frieza is. This extraterrestrial being is believed to be a powerful tyrant feared on many planets. Little is known about Frieza other than what has been discovered through the study of extraterrestrial broadcasts intercepted by space telescopes and other unsubstantial reports. Frieza is believed to be dead, however, this is unconfirmed. That's Frieza's dad. So the game will automatically register this for you if you haven't, because you obviously don't have the capsule or the scouter at this time. Frieza and Cooler have been known to resort to any means necessary. So Cooler actually exists. That's actually really interesting. That capsule, they actually mentions that Capsule Corp scientists are actually going through King Cold and Frieza's ship when they came here. That's pretty interesting stuff. And yeah, so basically, like whenever you register a character, you can come here. If there's a character that you're interested in learning more about, there you go. Like this guy right here, for example. He's a human. It's restricted. I think just getting all the random humans is kind of like a waste of time, but I don't know. So basically right here, now we've done our little, wait, are we done yet? I think I forgot to talk to Goku. Yeah, okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to go turn in the quest. Forgot, we gotta go give the key. And it's like, yeah, Hercule actually didn't save the city, and Hercule's like, yeah, let's, you know, he's trying to cover his ass up. Okay. So now we actually begin another part of the Dragon Ball Z story. The 3 years training before androids 19 and 20 actually appear. This is when we actually cue the start time for that. Piccolo's like, yeah, I don't want to talk about me having to brutally beat the crap out of a King Triceratops. Yep. Now they got 3 years to train. And now we got new items and stuff. Wait, did I forget to oh, I forgot to do the L and R button in my interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot to set my L and my R button. Epic fail. Okay. So now, right now, you can switch between regular energy blasts and an attack. So Gohan gets the Masenko. If you guys know techniques in Dragon Ball Z, then you guys know what I'm talking about. And if I switch over to Piccolo, Piccolo gets his own special attack as well. Pretty sure some of you guys that are Dragon Ball fans can probably guess the attack that Piccolo gets. There you go. Yep. Our boy gets Special Beam Cannon. I love it, man. Dude, it is so cool. This game is honestly so much fun. Such a sick technique. Makunko Sun Pao. Oh yeah, I know, dude. I've studied it a bit myself. I'm not like as well versed as like you and Proto are, but I mean I know a bit. I'm not like fluent in it, but I mean like I know some. I can read all Hidaga. I mean I don't know anything about kanji though, unfortunately. I know how to select certain things. Where's Master Roshi? If you go to Master Roshi, he'll actually teach you some techniques. So now Piccolo can do the spin punch. And if you go to Master Roshi with Gohan, you'll learn another kind of attack. He'll teach you the super kick. The super kick is actually very, very handy. Gohan's portrait here is actually really sick too. It's probably my favorite portrait of any of the characters in Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. I love Gohan with the Piccolo getup. It's honestly really, really cool. Piccolo was his original teacher, so I love the fact that they're like paying tributes to that. That is very interesting. There we go. Yeah, Vegeta and Bulma, they had a kid. At this point in time, if you were watching Dragon Ball Z, you legitimately had no idea that could have been possible, but nope, it did. Toriyama started Vegeta's character development, and I will say that it definitely gets better. So, like, you know, you talk to all the Z fighters, and they'll basically give you their perspectives on the androids. Talk to Yamcha. And you guys are about to fucking find out that, oh yeah. If you guys have seen Dragon Ball Z and you guys know the reputation of Yamcha, then, yeah, you'll know. And we got Senzu Bean, which is actually pretty cool. So we have two of them now. Senzu Beans come in handy if you're at, like, really, really low HP and you're at, like, low energy. Yeah, and basically they can't sense where the androids are. If you guys are familiar with anything in Dragon Ball, you'll know that sensing ki is usually where you find the enemies. We've seen this all through Dragon Ball Z in the early parts of when we go through the Saiyan Saga and when we go to the Frieza Saga. We were able to sense how powerful Frieza was. You can't sense androids. So finding them is going to be a little bit more difficult. And basically, we're looking for the androids right now, and yep, Yamcha found him. Watch what is about. Yep, see, bro's already on the ground. My boy, why did you even bother training? If you guys actually know what happens in this scene in the manga and the anime, Android, I forget if it's Android, if it's the one to the right or the one to the left, Android 20 or 19, they actually put their hands through Yamcha's stomach. And, like, there is blood and everything everywhere. In the manga, like, they straight up just ripped a hole in his stomach, dude. Like, Toriyama was brutal in his manga in Dragon Ball Z. The anime, it cut out a lot of the gore. The manga's dark with some of the gory shit. It might have actually been 20 that put his hand through his stomach. Watch this. Goku's like, yeah, if we're gonna fight, we need to stay away from the innocent people. Watch this. Bro literally freaking blew up a gas pump. One blast and, like, he just totally just destroyed the city. And Goku's pissed off like, you killed him. It's like, Goku, we got the Dragon Balls. It's not a big deal. Sucks that it happened, but I mean, people in Dragon Ball dying, oh boy. Just wish him back with the Dragon Balls. Not even a big deal. They'll be back in like 6 months. It's fine. Yeah, my favorite character. If you guys know this theme song, oh man. Until Kakarot came into the picture, I was the greatest Saiyan alive. Kakarot's success is like a demon in my head. How can he be a Super Saiyan when I, the Prince of all Saiyans, cannot? When I was a child, my father told me stories of the legendary Super Saiyan, a warrior so strong that no one could defeat him. How can this Kakarot, this Goku as his friends call him, how can he do what I cannot? I am of the warrior elite. He is nothing but a low-born peasant. Why can't I obtain what Kakarot has obtained? It doesn't make any sense. I've been training so hard. I've given it all I have and more. No, no more. That's it. I don't care. And he just gets mad. He's like, I don't care about being better than Goku. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm pissed off. That's it. And look what happens. Boom. That's what did it. Now he's a Super Saiyan. And he is, like, incredible. I love this game. Game is so cool. Did you know that actor for Piccolo in the Love Action is the voice of Zamasu in Dragon Ball Super? I did not. That's actually really, really cool. Are you talking about in Dragon Ball Z Evolution? The live action movie of it? That's wild, man. Japanese or American? Well, no, because no. It has to be Japanese. Because Piccolo's VA in America is Chris Sabat. Oh, yeah, I got you. Okay. American actor for the dub. Okay, I got you, yeah. Very interesting. So he introduced us to another side quest. We gotta go find the missing Nameks. So there are 7 Nameks across the world that you have to go and find. It's a fun little side quest that you can do. By no means is it necessary. Like Atlantica from Kingdom Hearts. Rhythm game. So Dr. Gero is basically saying how he got all the information about Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, etc., Piccolo. He had basically made little robots that actually spied on him. So they were like gathering data on all the Z fighters and basically preparing for how they can kill Goku using science. So he used this information that he got to make the best androids to beat Goku and his friends. But it's like they have no idea that Goku went to Planet Namek. So he remained uncredited for the Zombie role because he was embarrassed by his job in live action. That's so funny. I mean, when you have a dumpster fire like Dragon Ball Evolution, dude, yeah, I'd be pretty embarrassed too if I were the actor in that movie. And yeah, right here, Goku's like, yeah, you didn't get us in space? This is a Super Saiyan. And this is the part where we get to be Vegeta. There we go. I'm getting my groove back. Dragon Ball Evolution is a modern masterpiece. You know what, guys? Gio's right. Dragon Ball Evolution is the best live action ever. But no, like, I'm like a real nut though. Why is it that like all anime live actions just suck? Why have like constant companies tried and like all anime live actions just turn out to be like complete dog shit? Like I heard like the One Piece live action was bad, the Yu Hakusho live action was bad. Obviously, sarcasm aside, Dragon Ball Evolution is kind of a dumpster fire. The Avatar one I heard was okay. Like they landed some parts right, but not everything, you know, is like accurate to like the way how everything was like in the show. But I heard that like out of all the live actions, that the Avatar one was probably like the best. Oh, was it? Oh, okay. I don't really know a lot about the One Piece one. I don't know why I said that actually. I meant to say more of the like the Yu Hakusho live action because I heard that the Yu Hakusho one was really bad. But I actually didn't know that the One Piece one was actually good. I just thought that all live actions were actually just like completely bad. But the Avatar one I heard was actually okay. Like it wasn't as bad. Yeah, I feel you on that. It definitely still is a work in progress, especially like, you know, when it comes to like the live action front. I feel like if we actually got like the like, you know, like the people who make the anime and the games and like, you know, the actors and stuff like that for live action, like if they all came together, I'm sure that like a proper live action could be made. And it could actually turn out really good if all three, like, you know, like the main developers of the games, animators, etc., like they all sit down and work together on how to actually make like a good live action. Because if we had that, the live actions would actually be pretty good. And I heard that the Death Note one's pretty bad too. I heard Death Note was especially a dumpster fire. It's so bad, it's good, but also looks bad around to being bad. I think I get what you're saying. Yeah, I heard that the I did not see the live action Death Note, and there is a reason why. I've seen the anime of Death Note, but I mean, I do not want to touch the live action of Death Note because I heard it's just really fucking terrible. And this is the part where Goku fights against Android 19. Yep, it's the heart virus. So you guys remember how I mentioned how in the original timeline Goku died to a heart virus? Well, that heart virus is coming to fruition now in this timeline that's split off. But because Trunks interfered, he was able to give Goku a cure for the heart virus. Some people say that Goku got the heart virus from being on Yardrat. I think it was just because Goku was born as a feral kid. Like, I mean, when you're in the woods, completely feral, fending for yourself as a little kid, I feel like that's gonna garner you to get some kind of disease. So Goku literally lived like Mowgli from the Jungle Book. Except Goku's a Saiyan. He's not like a defenseless human kid. But like that same feral kid-like lifestyle. And this part is pretty sick because Vegeta is about to interfere. In the anime, Vegeta actually appears and actually kicks Android 19 in the back of the head. And it's pretty glorious, if I do say so myself. And Vegeta's basically like, dude, you were told that turning into a Super Saiyan would probably make the heart virus worse. Why'd you do it? You're an idiot. And like Vegeta's like, okay, I'm literally here to correct your mistakes. And Yamcha, yeah, get your cannon fodder ass out of here. This is the part we get to fight off against Android 19. Does a machine like yourself ever experience fear? I love Vegeta. So what's crazy here, right, is that these androids are actually built to block energy. So if you actually blast Android 19 right here, he will actually absorb your energy attacks. So you actually want to just beat the living fuck out of him. Hold on a second. Damn, I am not getting any kind of health at all from these rocks. He's very close to dying, too. I could always go back to Super Saiyan and try and attack him again. Damn, the game is not giving me health at all. Okay, that's better. Where is he? Okay. There he goes. He's dead. I did it. I did it, chat. First try. Silly robot. You really thought you had a chance against me? Your brain must have been malfunctioning. Fresh out of the factory with no warranty and already broken. What a pity. I only wish there was a proper junkyard nearby so it could give you a proper burial. Such a cocky asshole, I love Vegeta. It is stiff, but it's fun. You should have seen it in Legacy of Goku 110. Absolutely terrible. Bro's head fell off. And there he goes. And he's like, yeah, Vegeta's kind of a piece of shit. So in the anime, Android 19 had actually sucked out Vegeta's energy a little bit. Vegeta actually let him intentionally do that. And right here in the anime, Vegeta was in the manga, Vegeta was actually weaker than he was letting on. So he actually had bluffed to Android 20 like, I can still kick your ass. Android 20, just seeing 19 get his ass kicked, 20 was basically like, okay, this guy's telling the truth, and 20 ran away. So Vegeta's bluff kind of saved their lives here. Vegeta is is incredibly smart, but also incredibly stupid at the same time. And you guys will see, if you guys are familiar with Dragon Ball Z and Semi-Perfect Cell, then you already know that Vegeta can be kind of an arrogant fuck. Let's just say that. Oh, alright though. We got one more boss fight real quick. I'm gonna be Gohan for this boss fight. Another boss fight already. You have to also time your hits very, very well, Tin. I forgot you block my energy blasts. You have to make sure that, like, you're timing your attacks better. Because if you miss by, like, a little frame like that, he can just spam his attacks and he can attack you. See, it's like the enemy has, like, a wide guard in what they can do to you if you're even, like, a second, like, too late, basically. It's like you have to find, like, that perfect window. I would say it's easier on controller than it is on, like, let's say, like, the actual D-pad on the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I might die here. See, I'm not that great at this game either. Vegeta in Super Saiyan is actually, like, much easier to do here. You know what I'll actually do? I'll actually be Piccolo, because Piccolo is actually supposed to be the way how you're actually supposed to canon beat him. Although I could actually go and train Piccolo up, maybe like 1 or 2 levels real quick. Actually, yeah. Let's go and do that. I'll go train at Piccolo like 1 or 2 levels and we'll come back and fight. Yo, thank you for the follow, Hobby Man. I appreciate it, dude. This dude. These guys and their gigantic rocket launchers, man. Yo, dude. How's it going? Happy Thursday to you as well. Are you a big Dragon Ball fan? Yeah, and if you guys actually see here, if you use Special Beam Cannon, you can actually attack them both together. So, like, when it comes to, like, grinding characters, Piccolo, like, using the Special Beam Cannon is really, really clutch. Because if you can group them up, you can take them out, like, multiples, like, at a time. And also, the enemy can't spam their constant rockets if you use Special Beam Cannon. I would say Special Beam Cannon's probably the best attack in this game. Your favorite character is Trunks? You have good taste. Trunks is sick. I was so excited when Trunks appeared in the Goku Black arc. Yeah, I need to train at Piccolo though a couple levels before taking on Dr. Gero. Is he 17? He's level 17, okay. I'm gonna get Piccolo up to level 18, then we'll go take on Android 20. I wanna get him a little bit closer to where Vegeta's at, because in the anime, Piccolo and Vegeta, I think, are relatively on par with each other, I want to say. Because, okay, so I made a point earlier that at this point in time, right, Vegeta and Piccolo are relatively close, because had Vegeta had not came in and interfered when Android 19 was sucking the health out of Goku, Piccolo was originally going to step in. And in the anime, he's actually seen beating up Android 20. So, and Piccolo was very easily, like, you know, dogging on Android 20. So, Piccolo, by himself and his base, is as strong as Vegeta and Super Saiyan. Crazy, huh? Piccolo is actually, like, on par with Vegeta and Trunks at this point in time in the series. At least in my opinion. Like, he's not as powerful as Vegeta, but I mean, like, he can take on Android 20 unless Vegeta was that much more powerful than Android 19 and Android 20, which we actually don't know how powerful he was at that time. They do absorb energy, right? But not Androids 18 and 17. They don't absorb energy. But it does make me wonder, like, how strong, like, Piccolo was in comparison to Vegeta and, like, his Super Saiyan form, because he was dominating 20, but it's like Vegeta can too. It's like, was Vegeta just, like, that strong and Piccolo was, like, that much stronger than the androids? I don't know. But Piccolo needed, obviously, to fuse with Kami to beat Android 17. Alright, I'm actually going to try and beat this fight now. I'm locking in chat. I will get it, dude. I will get it. I promise. I really want to use. I want to use Piccolo to beat him because that's how you actually do it in the canon. That's actually how you do it. I want to beat him with Piccolo. You can beat him with Vegeta and Super Saiyan to make the fight easier, but I want that handicap. Dang it. Oh yeah, dude. Cell is so monstrous. Dude, and in the manga, when you actually like go to Ginger Town and like you actually see Cell like sucking up the bodies and stuff like that, dude, in the manga it's actually a lot more dark than it is in the anime. Like it's actually like kind of scary like how dark it is in the manga. Toriyama didn't fuck around in the manga, dude. Fuck. So close. Ah. I will beat him, I swear. I will beat him. This is gonna be the time that I beat him too. Yeah, dude, Cell's character is just... Oh, man. Like, you literally see him, like, sucking up the humans out of their bodies and, like, their clothes, like, falling to the floor. Like, he's literally, like, eating the humans alive. Like, he's, like, sucking his tail. And, like, you just see, like, the human body just, like, turn up into, like, this, like, mush. It's so gruesome, but, like, so beautiful at the same time just because of, like, how dark and gruesome, like, it actually is. Majin Buu is just, okay, like, we're gonna absorb people, get stronger. Nah, dude, Cell actually injected his tail into him and, like, sucked him alive. Like, Toriyama is such a brutal manga artist. There we go. Now I got my momentum. Now we're doing it. Now we're doing it. Now we're doing it. Now we're doing it. Okay, we got it. Got him. You actually do not unlock the Super Namekian form yet. You get that right when you're about to fight against Android 17. He's like, my data indicates that we were strong enough to beat you. So, like, why are you guys so powerful? And Vegeta's basically just like, yeah, we've been preparing for you for these last 3 years. We knew that you were coming. And here's Trunks. Read this dialogue. Trunks? How bizarre. That guy has the same name as... Wait, he's my son! Unbelievable! I love Vegeta. in the anime, it actually has a pretty cool little bit of Trunks' identity being confirmed to Vegeta. Vegeta's like perplexed, like, shit, I mocked him, but I mocked my own I mocked my own blood. Like, you know, Vegeta was like super salty that he got Super Saiyan, but then he's like, oh, wait a minute, that's my son. Never mind. That's actually kind of cool that he has Super Saiyan as well. Vegeta's actually like kind of like proud of him. He's like, wait, I can't be mad about that because he's my son. Dragon Ball Z Kai is cool. I like the original Funimation dub. But Kai definitely was better in a lot of aspects because, yeah, there is better dialogue. I think the only thing that really gets me about the original Funimation dub is definitely the Falconer score music. But Kai does tell the story better, in my opinion. I think that because of the transformations and like the music that hypes them up, that's to me what makes the Funimation dub better than Kai's. Because I felt that there's more impact behind those scenes because of the music that was used during the Funimation dub. And Trunks is basically going like, crap, I may have messed up the timeline, me coming here. So... Alright, so he beat Android 20. He pretty much ran off. He's on his way right now to go release Android 17 and 18. Yeah, I figured that was the case. For right now, you guys, I'm going to get to the next location. And then, I think this is actually going to be a pretty good point for me to end off my stream. We've been live for about nearly 3 hours. I actually went a little bit longer than I expected, you know, because I was having a blast. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end off my stream here. But before we do go, we're going to go raid someone. On the Twitch end of things. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. The Legacy of Goku trilogy definitely does need to be remade on Switch. Especially Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 1. We definitely need... a remake of that. Am I the only one streaming anything Legacy of Goku 2? That's crazy. Let me see if there's anyone playing Boost Fury. That is so funny. Or any kind of Dragon Ball Z games. I want to see if I can try and find like some retro. No, we got nothing. Okay. That's funny. Let's go raid someone who's playing Sparking Zero. That's kind of cool. Actually, I'd prefer to actually find someone who's actually, you know what, maybe Kakarot. Kakarot actually seems like it'd be a pretty good game to raid. That's actually incredibly smart. Because Kakarot's more of like a story-based game. Sparking Zero is more of a, let's go raid this person. Their name is Eri Itachi. They seem like they're pretty cool. Alright, guys. With that said, let's go raid this guy. Let's go show him some love. Oh, we can't raid. Okay. Alright then. I guess no raid the night after all. I would go find someone else, but you know what? No, hold on. That's so funny. this guy? Sure, why not? We'll go raid him. There we go. Alright guys, this guy's playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. This game is, it can be fun. I personally like Legacy games better, but you guys will be able to see the game I'm playing in 3D. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks so much for coming down. I'll probably be live again on possibly Sunday or something.